When looking over Dana Carvey's career, most people tend to remember Saturday Night Live, Wayne's World, and that. However, in his attempt to branch out and become a movie actor, he appeared in 3 starring roles in the 1990s that are never talked about and are probably barely watched these days. So today I'm going to look at them and see if they were projects worthy of Carvey's immense talent. His first starring role came about in 1990's Opportunity Knocks, playing a con artist who ends up involved with an electronic hand dryer company. The movie basically exists to give Dana Carvey free rein to think of many ways to dig himself deeper into the lie. This results in many funny scenes, the most notable being when he does his famous impression of George Bush. Considering this was one of his biggest contributions to SNL, it was not surprising that it would make its way into the final film. However, unlike Master of Disguise, where the inclusion of the impersonation feels forced, the way it's utilized is clever and ties into the plot. Underneath all the antics is a surprisingly sweet romantic comedy, with Carvey sharing some nice chemistry with Julia Campbell. There are portions of the movie that show he could also do some solid dramatic acting if given the opportunity. The result is a likable and sweet-natured comedy that I think is worth a spin. After the success of Wayne's World, Carvey starred in 2 films in 1994. The first was Clean Slate, where he has to play a private investigator who gains amnesia. The script is a tad hit or miss, with some gags working better than others. But Carvey shows his prowess in a number of scenes. The courtroom scene is a lot of fun, and it is certainly amusing to see Bryan Cranston pre-Breaking Bad. And I cannot be the only person who keeps seeing him randomly popping up in things, even from before his days on Malcolm in the Middle. While not every scene and joke hits, enough managed to work to make this an okay experience to distract and pass the time. Later that year, he appeared in the Christmas comedy Trapped in Paradise, in which he starred alongside Nicolas Cage and Jon Lovitz. As brothers, they find themselves in a small town planning to rob a bank, and once they do, it becomes trouble to get out of there with the loot. At first, Carvey's decision to give his character an odd expression and voice seems off, but I start to eventually warm to both him and the story as a whole. Their attempt to rob the bank is hilariously played, and all the actors work off each other very well. This is that Nicolas Cage who falls between the respected Oscar-winning actor and the one who could burst at any moment. I'm not the biggest fan of Cage's work, but he finds the right balance with his performance here. Jon Lovitz also brings a funny naivete to his role. The script just gets funnier and funnier as it goes along, with the whole town getting mixed up in this wild ride. It's a shame this did poorly, and it has not even gotten the attention a good holiday movie deserves. I managed to find a copy of the film very, very cheaply, and it's a film that I think deserves to be an annual holiday tradition. Following the release of Trapped in Paradise, Dana Carvey went on to make his very funny but sadly short-lived sketch show, though we actually have that to thank for launching the careers of people like Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert, and Louis C.K. In addition to the Master of Disguise, he has mainly done brief guest appearances on Saturday Night Live and Adam Sandler comedies, and even brought back his George Bush impression for a great Funny or Die sketch directed by Ron Howard. It's disappointing he's only remembered for a few things, and some of his feature film projects did not light up the box office, because Dana Carvey is a talented comedian and actor, and I would certainly like to see more of his work on the big screen in the future. And hey, maybe somebody should give him a part akin to Sandler's in Punch Drunk Love, or Carell's in Foxcatcher. I'm certain he would knock it out of the park. See you next time.